What's up, guys? A late night video here. Hey, I want to talk about something pretty interesting that Sam and I were just discussing, and it's called the average to the mean. And maybe you've heard it before, but basically, you never want to judge yourself on, kind of what's going on. One thing that we noticed was some days are crazy, some days are fast, some days are very slow. But at the end of the day, everything kind of balances out, right? And I think that's where we're at in the journey right now is there's so many different things going on. I'm sure if you're running your own business, you can relate to that. And I had a coaching call the other day where I was talking to the coach where he was helping me basically kind of just take all the noise in my head, everything that's going like so fast. I gotta do this and that and this and that and this and that. And it was causing so much stress in my life, right? Maybe you've experienced that, but what he had basically said was like, you just give yourself the, you know, gift of just doing less, but more focused, targeted on the thing that you're working on, the outcome that you're working on, right? Maybe you've heard of Tony Robbins RPM. It's kind of basically that concept that it's revolved around. And kind of where I'm going here is just think about the days that are very jam-packed and then think about the days that are maybe not as jam-packed. Everything's going to go back to the mean, right? Like the middle, the ebbs and flows of life. You want to just get it to a point where, you're finding the time to rest, you're finding the time to put in effort every single day. Maybe this isn't just to be like a hoorah, rah, rah motivation video, but it's kind of just like a truth that I was reflecting on because I've just been, kind of beating myself up because I'm like, oh, every day has to be like a new PR and, a new unlock or whatever. But honestly, like that's just not reality. Like especially like if you're trying to sustain and maintain your progress, everything's going to average out, so try to really make sure you feed the highs and starve the lows, at least is kind of how I've trained myself to think about it. Maximize the progress and minimize the procrastination. So if you just kind of keep that rule of thumb in mind, at least that's kind of what I'm doing. It's been, definitely a lot juggling I've been doing on my end and, with this whole YouTube channel. So it's definitely something I'd like to be able to bring more reflections to and just see, what it's going to evolve into. So, yep, that's kind of the short talk for today. And we'll see you guys tomorrow as the journey continues on.